Chosen ones, God has spoken, and his warning is clear. Don't take this lightly. A storm is coming, not to destroy you, but to prepare you for a divine shift that will change your life forever. This is not a moment to ignore. It's a call to stand ready, to open your heart, and to embrace the transformation God is orchestrating. You're not here by chance. You're here because you're chosen, and what's coming is serious, but it's also sacred. Stay with me, because every word in this message is meant for you. God's voice doesn't always come as a whisper. Sometimes it's a thunderclap, shaking you awake to see the path he's carved out. Right now, he's warning you to pay attention. The world around you is shifting, economies falter, relationships strain, and chaos seems to creep closer every day. But you, chosen one, are not meant to be swept away by it. God's warning is not about fear. It's about preparation. He sees the battles you've faced, the scars you carry, and he's saying, get ready, because I'm about to turn your trials into triumphs. This is your moment to rise above the noise and claim the purpose he's set before you. Think of Noah, standing in a world that laughed at his ark. The warning came long before the rain, and while others ignored it, he built, he trusted, he prepared. You're standing in a similar moment. God's warning is your blueprint. It's not about destruction, it's about building something new. Your life, your spirit, your future, they're all being reshaped. The struggles you've endured, the sleepless nights, the moments you questioned your strength, they weren't wasted. They were training. God is equipping you for what's next, and it's bigger than you can imagine. This warning carries weight because it's personal. God isn't speaking to the crowd, he's speaking to you. Your name is written in his plan, and he's urging you to stay sharp. The enemy will try to distract you. Doubt will creep in, whispering that you're not enough. But God's voice cuts through. You are mine, and I've prepared a way. Don't let the noise of the world drown out his call. Right now, pause, take a breath, and let this truth sink in. You're not just surviving, you're stepping into a divine assignment. If this message is stirring something in your spirit, I invite you to take a stand. Hit that like button, subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls, and leave a comment with the number 777. That number carries power. It's a signal to the heavens that you're ready to receive God's warning and walk in his purpose. Don't just watch, declare your faith. Type 777 and let the universe know you're listening. The storm God warns of isn't just chaos, it's a cleansing. It's sweeping away what no longer serves you. Old habits, toxic ties, limiting beliefs, they're being uprooted. You might feel the ground shaking, but that's God clearing space for something greater. Look at your life. What's been holding you back? Maybe it's fear of failure or a relationship that drains your light. God's saying, let it go. This is not a gentle nudge, it's a divine command. Release what's dead, because what's coming is alive with his promise. Picture a forest after a fire. The flames seem destructive, but they make way for new growth. That's what's happening in your life. The fire of God's warning burns away the old to reveal a new version of you, stronger, clearer, radiant. You're not losing anything. You're gaining everything he's promised. Your finances, your health, your peace, they're all part of this transformation. God's not just warning you to brace for impact. He's telling you to prepare for abundance. This is not a time to shrink back. The world might tell you to play it safe, to doubt your calling. But God's warning is a call to boldness. You're not ordinary. You're not meant to blend in. Like David facing Goliath, you're armed with faith, not just stones. The giant in your life, whether it's debt, loneliness, or uncertainty doesn't stand a chance. God's warning is your slingshot. Trust it. Aim true. The victory is already yours. The enemy wants you to see this warning as a threat, but God wants you to see it as a promise. Every challenge you face is a setup for a comeback. Remember Joseph, thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, imprisoned unjustly. The world saw him as defeated, but God saw him as destined. Every trial was a step toward the palace. Your struggles, they're not your end, they're your elevation. God's warning is telling you to hold fast, because the palace is closer than you think. You might be wondering, why me? Why now? Because you're chosen, and this is your season. God doesn't warn those he hasn't marked for greatness. The weight of this message is proof of your purpose. You're not just another soul wandering through life, you're a beacon, a light that even the darkness can't ignore. The trials you've faced have forged you into something unstoppable. God's warning is not to scare you, it's to remind you of your strength. If you're feeling the fire of this truth, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe to stand with thousands of chosen ones, and drop a 777 inches the comments. Let the world know you're claiming this moment. Your action isn't just for you, it's a signal to the heavens that you're ready for what God has in store. Don't hold back. Declare it now. God's warning comes with a vision. Close your eyes for a moment and see it. A life where lack doesn't define you, where fear doesn't control you, where your purpose shines brighter than any storm. This isn't a dream, it's your destiny. God's not just warning you about what's coming, He's showing you what's possible. The job you've prayed for, the healing you've sought, the peace you've craved, they're not out of reach. They're on their way. The enemy will try to twist this warning into doubt. He'll whisper that you're too broken, too far gone. But God's voice is louder. I've called you by name. You're not defined by your past mistakes or your current struggles. You're defined by His promise. The world may see you as ordinary, but in God's eyes, you're extraordinary. This warning is your wake-up call to walk in that truth. Think of Esther, a woman who seemed out of place, yet chosen for a divine moment. The warning came through Mordecai, step up, or the opportunity passes. She didn't shrink back. She stood, prayed, and acted. The result? A nation was saved. Your moment is here. God's warning is your Mordecai, urging you to rise. The stakes are high, but so is your calling. You're not just chosen, you're commissioned. This warning isn't just about you, it's about the ripple effect of your obedience. When you heed God's call, you don't just change your life. You change the lives around you. Your family, your friends, even strangers, they'll see His light through you. Your courage will inspire others to stand. Your faith will spark theirs. God's warning is a chain reaction, and you're the starting point. The storm might feel overwhelming, but you're not alone in it. God's warning comes with His presence. He's not just pointing out the danger, He's walking with you through it. Like the disciples in the boat tossed by waves, you might feel the wind, but Jesus is with you. His voice still calms the storm. Trust Him, lean into His warning, and you'll find peace in the chaos. What's coming is serious, but it's not your burden to carry alone. God's warning is a gift, a map to navigate the days ahead. You're not meant to stumble in the dark. His light is guiding you. Every step you take in faith is a step toward the life He's promised. The job loss, the broken relationship, the financial strain, they're not your story's end. They're the setup for your breakthrough. You might feel like you're standing at a crossroads. One path leads to fear, doubt, the same old cycles. The other? It's the path God's warning points to purpose, abundance, unshakable peace. Choose the latter. Step forward. The world will try to pull you back, but God's calling you forward. You're not just surviving this storm, you're destined to soar above it. This is your moment, chosen one. God's warning is not a stop sign, it's a starting line. The race ahead is yours to run, and He's already cleared the path. The struggles you've faced have built your endurance. The tears you've shed have watered your strength. Now, it's time to run. Don't look back. Don't doubt. God's got you, and what's coming is greater than anything you've left behind. The enemy wants you to see this warning as a wall, something to fear. But God says it's a door. Walk through it. On the other side is everything He's promised: provision, healing, purpose. You're not just a survivor, you're a conqueror. The storm is real, but so is His power. Trust the warning, trust His plan, and step into the victory waiting for you. If this message is igniting your spirit, don't let it pass. Hit that like button, subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones, and type 777 inches the comments. Declare that you're ready for God's plan. Your faith isn't just for you, it's a light for the world. Stand up, chosen one. The gates of your destiny are opening, and God's warning is your key. This warning isn't about punishment, it's about preparation. God sees what you can't yet see. He knows the opportunities waiting, the doors about to swing wide. But you have to be ready. The world will tempt you to stay small, to cling to comfort. God's calling you to something bigger. Let go of what's familiar. The new life He's prepared is worth every step of faith. Look at Moses, standing before the Red Sea. The warning came. Pharaoh's army was closing in. But God didn't warn him to scare him. He warned him to prepare him. The sea parted. The impossible became possible. Your Red Sea is in front of you. God's warning is your signal to move. The waters will part. The path will clear. Trust Him and walk. The seriousness of this moment isn't meant to weigh you down, it's meant to lift you up. God's warning is a spotlight on your purpose. You're not just chosen for survival, you're chosen for impact. The world needs your light. The people around you need your strength. God's warning is a call to shine, to stand, to lead. You're ready, even if you don't feel it yet. Every warning from God is laced with promise. He doesn't point out the storm without providing the shelter. He doesn't highlight the battle without handing you the victory. Right now, He's equipping you. The skills you've gained, the wisdom you've earned, the faith you've built, they're your armor. Put it on. The storm is coming, but so is your breakthrough. You might feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, but God's saying, give it to me. His warning is an invitation to trust. Let go of the need to control. Let go of the fear of what's next. He's already worked it out. Your job is to listen, to prepare, to move when He says move. The rest, that's His duty. This moment is a turning point. God's warning is your compass, pointing you toward a future brighter than you can imagine. The challenges you face now are temporary. The promise He's given you is eternal. Hold fast, stay focused. The storm will pass, and when it does, you'll stand stronger, radiant, unstoppable. The enemy will try to make you question this warning. He'll say it's too late, that you've missed your chance. But God's timing is perfect. His warning comes exactly when you need it. You haven't missed anything. You're right on time. The doors of opportunity, the moments of breakthrough, they're aligning for you now. Trust the process. Think of Daniel in the lion's den. The warning was clear, danger was near. But God didn't send him there to fail. He sent him there to shine. The lions couldn't touch him because God's hand was on him. Your lions are no match for his power. This warning is your assurance that you're protected, chosen, and destined for victory. You're not just hearing this warning, you're living it. Every step you take in faith is a step toward the life God's promised. The world might see chaos, but you see his plan. The world might feel fear, but you feel his peace. This warning is your anchor, keeping you steady as the storm rages. Hold on to it, and you'll come through stronger than ever. God's warning is a fire in your bones, urging you to move, to act, to rise. You're not meant to stay still. The challenges you face are pushing you toward your purpose. Every closed door, every setback, every tear, they're all part of the story God's writing. And it's a story of triumph, of glory, of a life transformed. If this message is burning in your heart, don't keep it quiet. Hit that like button, subscribe to Stand with Thousands of Chosen Ones, and type 777 inches the comments. Let the heavens hear your declaration. You're not just watching, you're claiming your place in God's plan. Do it now, chosen one. Your time is here. This warning is your wake-up call. God's not just preparing you for survival, he's preparing you for greatness. The storm is real, but so is his promise. You're not just chosen to endure, you're chosen to overcome. Every trial you've faced has built you for this moment. Step into it. The victory is yours, and God's warning is the map to get you there. God's warning is not a chain to bind you, it's a key to set you free. The world might see obstacles, but you see opportunities. The storm he's preparing you for isn't meant to break you. It's meant to reveal the strength you've carried all along. You've been through fires before, loss, betrayal, moments when hope felt out of reach. But every time you rose, that resilience is no accident. It's God's hand shaping you for a purpose that's about to unfold. The enemy wants you to focus on the chaos, to see only the wind and waves. But God's warning lifts your eyes higher. Look at Peter, stepping out of the boat onto the water. The storm raged, but his faith held until he looked away. Don't look away. Keep your eyes on God's promise. The waves may roar, but they can't stop you. His warning is your reminder to walk, not waver, because the path ahead is steady under his gaze. This moment is a divine checkpoint. God's not just warning you about what's coming, he's asking you to realign. Are your priorities in sync with his plan? The distractions of the world, endless scrolling, chasing approval, clinging to what's comfortable, can pull you off course. His warning is a call to refocus. Strip away what doesn't matter. Center your heart on what does. Your purpose is waiting, and it's too important to miss. You're not just a bystander in this storm, you're a warrior in it. God's warning equips you with clarity, a shield against confusion. The world will try to cloud your vision with doubt, with noise, with fear, but you've been given eyes to see through the fog. Like Elijah, who heard God's voice not in the earthquake or fire, but in the still, small whisper. You'll find your direction in his quiet truth. Listen closely. He's speaking now. The seriousness of this warning isn't meant to paralyze you, it's meant to propel you. God's preparing you for a season of elevation. But elevation requires preparation. You can't climb a mountain carrying dead weight. What's the baggage you need to drop? Maybe it's resentment from past hurts, or the need to prove yourself to others. God's warning says, release it. Your hands need to be free to receive the blessings he's about to pour out. If this truth is stirring your soul, don't hold back. Hit that like button, subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones, and type 777 inches the comments. That number isn't just a symbol, it's a declaration that you're aligned with God's purpose. Let the heavens see your faith. Act now, because your response matters. It's a step toward the destiny God's warning is preparing you for. The storm God's warning points to isn't random, it's strategic. Every challenge you face is a piece of His puzzle, fitting together to reveal a bigger picture. You might not see it all yet, but trust that every struggle has a purpose. Like a mosaic, each broken piece of your life is being arranged into something beautiful. God's warning is your assurance that nothing is wasted, not your pain, not your effort, not your faith. You've been battle-tested, chosen one. The hardships you've overcome weren't meant to destroy you. They were meant to define you. Think of Ruth, who lost everything yet followed God's call to a new land. Her obedience turned loss into legacy. Your story is no different. The warning you're hearing now is God's way of saying, keep going. Your faithfulness is about to bloom into a harvest you can't yet imagine. The enemy will try to twist God's warning into a burden, making you feel like you're not ready. But God says you're more than ready. You're chosen. Your preparation didn't start today. It started with every trial you've faced, every prayer you've whispered, every time you chose faith over fear. His warning is not a question of your ability, it's a confirmation of it. You're built for this moment. This warning carries a rhythm, a divine pulse that's calling you to move in sync with God's plan. You're not meant to rush ahead or lag behind. His timing is perfect. Like a dancer stepping to the beat, your job is to follow His lead. The storm may be loud, but His rhythm is louder. Trust it. Move with it. Every step you take in faith aligns you closer to the breakthrough He's promised. God's warning is a mirror, reflecting who you're becoming. The world may see you as you were, but God sees you as you are, His chosen, His masterpiece, His warrior. The struggles you face are polishing you, making you shine brighter. Don't shy away from the reflection. Embrace it. You're not just surviving the storm, you're becoming the light that pierces through it. The seriousness of this moment is a gift. It's God saying, I trust you with this. He's not warning you because you're weak. He's warning you because you're strong. You're ready to carry the weight of His purpose. Like Nehemiah rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, you're called to a task bigger than yourself. The opposition will come, but so will His provision. Build anyway. Your work will stand. You might feel the pressure of this warning, but pressure creates diamonds. Every challenge you face is pressing you into something extraordinary. God's not warning you to scare you. He's warning you to shape you. The storm is real, but so is His power. You're not just chosen to endure, you're chosen to shine. Let the pressure refine you, because what's coming is worth it. The enemy wants you to see this warning as a dead end, but God sees it as a doorway. Step through it. On the other side is a life of purpose, of impact, of abundance. You're not meant to stay where you are. His warning is your invitation to move forward. Like Abraham, called to leave his home for a land unknown, you're being called to trust. The promise is waiting, just take the step. If this message is lighting a fire in you, don't let it fade. Hit that like button, subscribe to stand with thousands of chosen ones, and drop a 777 inches the comments. Declare that you're ready for what God's preparing. Your faith is a signal to the heavens, a testament to your calling. Don't wait, act now. The storm is coming, but so is your victory. God's warning is a compass for your soul. The world will try to pull you in every direction. Fear, distraction, doubt. But His voice points true north. Follow it. You're not lost in the storm, you're led through it. Every step you take in faith is a step toward the destiny He's written for you. The path may twist, but it's leading you exactly where you're meant to be. You've been marked for this moment, chosen one. The warning isn't just about what's coming, it's about who you're becoming. God's shaping you into a vessel for His glory. The trials you've faced have carved out space for His power to flow through you. Don't fear the storm, embrace it. It's not here to drown you, it's here to launch you into your purpose. The enemy will try to make you question God's timing, but His warning is proof that you're right on schedule. Every delay, every setback, every closed door, they're all part of His plan. Like Lazarus in the tomb, what seems dead is about to rise. God's warning is your assurance that resurrection is coming. Hold fast. Your miracle is closer than you think. This warning is a call to stand tall. The world may push you to shrink, to doubt, to settle. But God's saying, rise. You're not meant to blend in. You're meant to stand out. Like the prophets of old, your voice, your faith, your life, they're meant to echo. Don't be silent. Don't be small. God's warning is your mandate to shine. The storm God's warning speaks of isn't just external, it's internal. The battles in your mind, the doubts in your heart, the fears that whisper in the dark, they're part of this moment. But God's voice is stronger. His warning is your weapon. Speak His truth over your life. Declare His promises. The storm within will calm, and you'll step into a peace that nothing can shake. You're not just hearing this warning, you're living it. Every choice you make, every step you take, is part of God's plan unfolding. The world may see chaos, but you see His order. The world may feel fear, but you feel His strength. This warning is your foundation, keeping you steady as the winds howl. Build on it, and you'll stand unshaken. God's warning is a fire, burning away what doesn't belong. The lies you've believed, the limits you've accepted, the chains you've carried, they're turning to ash. You're not meant to stay bound. His warning is your liberation. Step out of the ashes. Walk into the light. The life He's promised is waiting, and it's more radiant than you can imagine. The enemy wants you to see this warning as a threat, but God sees it as a throne. You're not just chosen to survive, you're chosen to reign. The storm is your coronation, preparing you for a life of authority and impact. Don't fear the crown, wear it. God's warning is your call to step into the royalty He's destined for you. You might feel like you're standing alone, but you're not. God's warning comes with His presence, His power, His promise. Like Elisha surrounded by an unseen army, you're protected by forces you can't yet see. The storm may rage, but His angels are guarding you. Trust His warning, and you'll walk through unscathed. This is your moment to anchor your faith. The world will try to shake you, but God's warning is your rock. Stand on it. Build on it. The storm is coming, but so is your breakthrough. Every trial you've faced has prepared you for this. You're not just ready, you're chosen. Step forward, chosen one. Your destiny is calling. God's warning is a clarion call, ringing through the noise of the world to awaken your spirit. It's not just a message, it's a divine signal, tuning your heart to the frequency of His purpose. The chaos around you, the pressures you face, they're not random, they're the static before the signal comes clear. Tune in. God's warning is telling you to listen past the distractions, to hear His voice guiding you to a life of clarity and power. You've walked through valleys before, moments when the shadows felt too deep to escape, but every valley led to a mountaintop. God's warning now is your map to the next peak. The struggles you're facing, whether it's a strained relationship, a financial burden, or a dream that feels out of reach, are not dead ends. They're pathways. His warning is the light showing you the way forward, step by faithful step. The enemy wants you to see this warning as a weight, something to drag you down. But God says it's wings lifting you above the storm. You're not meant to be grounded by fear, you're meant to soar in faith. Like Isaiah, who saw the Lord high and lifted up, you're being called to see beyond the ordinary. God's warning is your vision, revealing a future where His glory shines through you. This moment is a divine intersection. The paths of your past, your present, and your future are meeting here. God's warning is the signpost, pointing you toward the road He's paved. You might feel stuck, like the wheels of your life are spinning in place. But His warning says, move. The traction you need is coming. Trust His direction, and you'll find the ground beneath you shifting toward breakthrough. If this truth is sparking something in you, don't let it pass. Hit that like button, subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones, and type 777 inches the comments. That number is your declaration, a shout to the heavens that you're ready for God's plan. Your action matters. It's a step into the purpose He's warning you about. Don't wait. Claim it now. God's warning is a refining fire, burning away the impurities of doubt and fear. You're not meant to carry the weight of uncertainty. His voice is purifying, stripping away the lies that have held you back. Maybe you've believed you're not enough, or that your mistakes define you. His warning says otherwise. You're being shaped into something pure, something powerful, something unstoppable. Think of Gideon, a man hiding in fear until God's warning called him a mighty warrior. He didn't feel ready, but God's voice redefined him. You're in the same place. This warning isn't about your weakness. It's about your strength. God sees the warrior in you, even if you don't. His warning is your call to step into the identity He's always known was yours. The storm God's warning speaks of is not just a challenge, it's a catalyst. It's pushing you toward a transformation you can't yet fully see. The pressures you face are forging you, like steel in a furnace. They're not meant to break you, they're meant to make you. Every moment of resistance is building your resilience, preparing you for the purpose God's about to reveal. You're not alone in this storm. God's warning comes with His promise to guide you. Like the pillar of fire that led Israel through the wilderness, His voice is your light in the dark. You may not see the full path, but you don't need to. His warning gives you enough light for the next step. Take it. Trust it. The destination is already secured. The enemy will try to twist this warning into confusion, making you question God's plan. But His warning is your clarity. It's the truth cutting through the lies. You're not wandering aimlessly, you're walking purposefully. Every step you take in faith is a step toward the life He's promised. The storm may be loud, but His warning is louder. Listen to it. God's warning is a divine blueprint, sketching the outline of your future. The world may tell you to settle, to accept less, to give up, but His voice says, dream bigger. The plans He has for you are beyond what you've imagined. This warning is your invitation to see the possibilities, to believe in the impossible, to trust that He's building something extraordinary through you. You've been tested before, chosen one. The trials you've faced have left marks, but they've also left wisdom. God's warning now is your reminder to use that wisdom. Don't let the past pull you back. Don't let fear cloud your judgment. His warning is your guide, showing you how to navigate the storm with the strength you've already earned. The seriousness of this moment is a sacred gift. God's not warning you to scare you. He's warning you to empower you. You're not just chosen to endure the storm, you're chosen to shape it. Like Jonah, whose obedience turned a city toward God, your response to this warning will ripple beyond your life. Your faith will change the course of others. The enemy wants you to see this warning as a limit, but God sees it as a launch pad. You're not meant to stay where you are. His warning is propelling you forward into a life of purpose and impact. The storm is real, but so is his power. Step into it. The momentum is building, and you're about to break through to new heights. If this message is setting your spirit ablaze, don't keep it quiet. Hit that like button, subscribe to stand with thousands of chosen ones, and drop a 777 inches the comments. Let the heavens know you're ready for what God's preparing. Your faith is a beacon, and your action is a declaration. Do it now, chosen one. Your moment is here. God's warning is a divine compass pointing you through the fog of uncertainty. The world may try to pull you off course, but his voice keeps you steady. You're not meant to drift, you're meant to direct. Like a ship navigating stormy seas, his warning is your North Star, guiding you to safe waters. Trust it, and you'll find your way. You've carried burdens that weren't yours to bear. God's warning is your release. Let go of the guilt, the shame, the expectations that don't align with his plan. His voice is calling you to freedom. The storm may test you, but it won't define you. His warning is your reminder that you're destined for more than survival. You're destined for victory. The storm God's warning speaks of is a proving ground. It's where your faith is tested, where your strength is revealed. Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, you're not alone in the flames. God's presence is with you, and his warning is your assurance that you'll walk out unscathed. The fire won't burn you, it'll refine you. You're not just hearing this warning, you're being shaped by it. Every word is molding you, preparing you for what's next. God's not just pointing out the storm, he's building you to withstand it. Your purpose is unfolding, and this warning is the scaffolding. Trust the process. You're becoming who he always knew you could be. The enemy will try to make you doubt this warning, whispering that it's too much, too heavy. But God's warning is your strength. It's not a burden, it's a baton passed to you in the race of faith. Run with it. The finish line is closer than you think, and the prize is a life of purpose, peace, and power. God's warning is a divine spark, igniting the potential within you. You're not meant to stay small, to hide your light. His voice is calling you to burn brightly, to illuminate the darkness around you. The storm may be fierce, but your light is fiercer. Let it shine. The world needs to see what God's doing through you. You've been through seasons of waiting, moments when it felt like nothing was moving. But God's warning says the wait is over. The seeds you've planted in faith are about to sprout. The prayers you've prayed are about to be answered. His warning is your signal that the harvest is near. Get ready, it's coming. The storm isn't your enemy, it's your ally. God's warning is showing you how to harness its power. Like a wind that fills a sail, the challenges you face are pushing you toward your destination. Don't resist them, ride them. His warning is your guide, teaching you how to navigate to the life he's promised. You're not just chosen, you're commissioned. God's warning is your marching orders, calling you to step into a role bigger than yourself. Like Deborah, who led with wisdom and courage, you're being called to lead. The storm is your battlefield, and his warning is your strategy. Step up. The victory is already yours. The enemy wants you to see this warning as a stop sign, but God sees it as a green light. Go. Move forward. The storm is real, but so is his plan. You're not meant to pause, you're meant to press on. His warning is your fuel, driving you toward a future where his promises come to life. God's warning is a divine lens, helping you see the truth beneath the surface. The world may show you chaos, but his voice reveals order. The world may offer fear, but his warning offers faith. Look through his lens. The storm is temporary, but his purpose for you is eternal. Trust it, and you'll see clearly. You've been forged in the fire of trials, chosen one. God's warning is your reminder that you're not fragile, you're unbreakable. The storms you've faced have made you strong, and this warning is preparing you for the next level. You're not just ready, you're radiant, a testament to his power working in you. God's warning is a divine current, flowing through your life to carry you toward his purpose. The world may feel like a raging river, pulling you in every direction, but his voice is the steady stream guiding you forward. You're not meant to be tossed by the waves, you're meant to ride them. His warning is your navigation, steering you through the turbulence to a place of peace and power. You've carried dreams that felt too big, too far out of reach. God's warning says they're not out of reach anymore. The storm is stirring the waters, but it's also bringing your dreams closer to shore. Like Jacob, who wrestled through the night and emerged with a new name, you're being renamed by this warning. You're not just a dreamer, you're a doer, destined to see God's promises come to life. The enemy wants you to see this warning as a shadow, darkening your path. But God says it's a spotlight, illuminating your purpose. The struggles you face aren't meant to dim your light. They're meant to make it shine brighter. Every challenge is a chance to reflect his glory. His warning is your reminder to stand tall, to let your light pierce the darkness. This moment is a divine recalibration. God's warning is adjusting your perspective, aligning your heart with his truth. The world may tell you to focus on what's lacking: money, time, opportunities. But his voice says, look at what I've given you. Your faith, your resilience, your calling, they're more than enough. His warning is your reset, pointing you to the abundance already within you. If this truth is igniting your spirit, don't keep it silent. Hit that like button, subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones, and type 777 inches the comments. That number is your proclamation, a signal to the heavens that you're ready to walk in God's purpose. Your faith matters. Your action declares it. Do it now, chosen one. God's warning is a divine thread, weaving your story into his greater plan. The struggles you've faced, the moments you felt alone, they're not random. They're part of a tapestry crafted by his hand. Every tear, every victory, every step of faith is a stitch in a masterpiece. His warning is your assurance that the pattern is unfolding, and it's more beautiful than you can see. You've walked through seasons of silence, times when God's voice seemed faint. But his warning now is loud and clear. Like Samuel, called in the night, you're being summoned to listen. God's not silent, he's speaking. His warning is your invitation to lean in, to hear the instructions that will guide you through the storm to the promise waiting beyond. The enemy will try to twist this warning into fear, making you think the storm is too big. But God says the storm is just the backdrop for your breakthrough. Like Paul and Silas, singing in their chains, you're called to praise through the pressure. Your worship is your weapon. His warning is your song, turning your prison into a place of power. This warning is a divine anchor, keeping you steady when the world tries to shake you. The winds of doubt, the waves of uncertainty, they can't move you when you're rooted in his truth. You're not meant to drift through life, you're meant to stand firm. His warning is your foundation, holding you fast as you build the life he's called you to. You're not just chosen, you're crafted. God's warning is shaping you, like a sculptor chiseling stone. Every strike of the chisel, the trials, the setbacks, the moments of doubt is revealing the masterpiece within. Don't fear the process. His warning is your promise that the work is worth it, and the result will be a life that reflects his glory. God's warning is a divine spark, kindling a fire in your soul. The world may try to douse it with worry, with fear, with distraction, but his voice fans the flame. You're not meant to smolder, you're meant to blaze. His warning is your fuel, urging you to burn brightly for his purpose, to light up the darkness around you. You've faced moments when the world felt heavy, when the weight of expectations pressed down. God's warning says, lift your head. The heaviness isn't yours to carry. His yoke is easy, his burden light. Let go of what's not yours. His warning is your freedom, releasing you to walk unencumbered into the life he's prepared. The storm God's warning speaks of is a proving ground for your faith. Like Job, who faced loss beyond measure, you're being tested not to break you, but to show what's unbreakable in you. His warning is your assurance that your faith is stronger than the storm. Stand firm. The restoration coming is greater than anything you've lost. The enemy wants you to see this warning as a wall, blocking your path. But God says it's a bridge, leading you to new horizons. The storm is real, but so is his promise. You're not meant to stay on this side of the challenge, you're meant to cross over. His warning is your guide, showing you the way to the other side. If this message is stirring your heart, don't let it pass. Hit that like button, subscribe to stand with thousands of chosen ones, and drop a 777 inches the comments. Declare that you're ready for God's plan. Your faith is a signal to the heavens, a testament to your calling. Act now. The storm is coming, but so is your victory. God's warning is a divine rhythm, pulsing through your life to keep you in step with his plan. The world may try to throw you off beat, with chaos, with doubt, with delay, but his voice sets the tempo. Move with it. His warning is your metronome, guiding you through the storm with perfect timing. You've carried scars from battles you didn't choose. God's warning says those scars are your story, not your shame. Like Thomas, who touched the wounds of Jesus, you're being invited to see the beauty in what you've endured. His warning is your reminder that your scars are proof of his healing, preparing you for a purpose only you can fulfill. The storm isn't just a challenge, it's a classroom. God's warning is your teacher, showing you lessons the world can't. Every trial is a lecture, every setback a syllabus. You're not just surviving, you're learning. His warning is your curriculum, equipping you with wisdom for the life he's calling you to lead. You're not meant to blend into the storm, you're meant to stand out in it. God's warning is your spotlight, highlighting the strength he's built in you. The world may see chaos, but you see his order. The world may feel fear, but you feel his peace. His warning is your stage, and it's time to shine. The enemy will try to make you question this warning, whispering that it's too much to handle. But God says you're more than enough. His warning isn't a burden, it's a badge, marking you as his chosen. You're not just ready, you're radiant, a vessel of his power. Step into it and let the world see his glory in you. God's warning is a divine wind blowing through your life to clear the clutter. The doubts, the fears, the distractions, they're being swept away. His voice is making room for clarity, for purpose, for peace. Don't cling to what's being removed. His warning is your promise that what's coming is better than what's leaving. You've walked through moments when hope felt fragile, like a flickering flame. God's warning is your oxygen, keeping that flame alive. The storm may blow, but your hope won't be extinguished. His voice is fueling your faith, reminding you that the light within you is stronger than any darkness. Hold fast, it's about to burn brighter. The storm God's warning speaks of is a divine invitation. It's not just a challenge to overcome, it's a call to create. Like Noah building the ark, you're being asked to build something new in the midst of the flood. His warning is your blueprint, guiding you to construct a life of purpose, of impact, of legacy. You're not just chosen, you're called. God's warning is your summons, urging you to step into a role only you can play. The world needs your voice, your strength, your faith. His warning is your charge, commissioning you to lead, to love, to shine. Don't shrink back. The stage is set, and you're the star. The enemy wants you to see this warning as a cage, trapping you in fear. But God says it's a key, unlocking your freedom. The storm is real, but so is His power. You're not meant to be confined, you're meant to conquer. His warning is your liberation, setting you free to walk boldly into His plan. God's warning is a divine mirror, reflecting the truth of who you are. The world may see your flaws, your struggles, your doubts, but His voice shows you His masterpiece, chosen, equipped, unstoppable. Look in that mirror. See the warrior He sees. His warning is your reminder to walk in the truth of your identity. You've faced moments when the world felt too heavy to bear. God's warning says, "Give it to me. The burdens you carry aren't yours alone." His voice is lifting them, freeing you to run the race He's set before you. His warning is your release, your permission to let go and let Him lead. The storm is a divine forge, shaping you into something extraordinary. Every trial is a hammer strike, every challenge a flame. God's warning is your assurance that you're not being destroyed, you're being refined. The process may be intense, but the result is a life that shines with His glory. God's warning is a divine beacon, cutting through the fog of the world to guide your steps. The storm may cloud your vision, but His voice is your lighthouse, steady and true. You're not meant to wander blindly, you're meant to walk with purpose. His warning is your signal, pointing you to a path where every step brings you closer to His promise. You've carried questions in your heart, moments when the why felt heavier than the how. God's warning is your answer, not in words, but in direction. Like Habakkuk, who stood on the watchtower waiting for God's reply, you're being called to trust the vision. His warning is your assurance that the answers are coming, woven into the fabric of your journey. The enemy wants you to see this warning as a burden, something to weigh you down. But God says it's a sail, catching the wind of His Spirit to propel you forward. The storm isn't here to sink you, it's here to push you toward your destiny. His warning is your guide, teaching you to harness the winds of challenge and sail into abundance. This moment is a divine awakening. God's warning is stirring your soul, calling you to see the world through His eyes. The chaos, the noise, the uncertainty, they're not your reality. His truth is, you're not meant to be overwhelmed, you're meant to overcome. His warning is your call to rise, to see the possibilities He's placed before you. If this truth is setting your heart on fire, don't let it flicker. Hit that like button, subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones, and type 777 inches, the comments. That number is your declaration, a shout to the heavens that you're ready for God's plan. Your faith is a spark that lights the way. Act now, chosen one. Your moment is calling. God's warning is a divine chisel, carving away the excess to reveal the masterpiece within you. The world may see your struggles as flaws, but He sees them as tools. Every trial is shaping you, refining you, preparing you for a purpose that's uniquely yours. His warning is your promise that the work is intentional, and the result will be breathtaking. You've faced moments when the path felt unclear, when the next step seemed hidden. God's warning is your lantern, lighting the way forward. Like the Israelites following the cloud by day, you're being led through the wilderness. His warning is your guide, showing you where to step, even when the terrain feels unfamiliar. The storm God's warning speaks of is a divine filter, separating what's temporary from what's eternal. The fears, the doubts, the distractions, they're being sifted out. His voice is clarifying your focus, helping you see what truly matters. You're not meant to cling to the fleeting. His warning is calling you to embrace the everlasting. You're not just chosen, you're commissioned. God's warning is your charge, sending you into the storm with a mission. Like Jeremiah, called to speak truth to a stubborn world, you're being sent to shine. The storm is your platform, and his warning is your message. Speak boldly. Your voice will echo his truth. The enemy will try to twist this warning into despair, making you think the storm is too much. But God says it's your stage. You're not meant to shrink in the spotlight, you're meant to shine. His warning is your script, preparing you to play the role he's written for you. Step into it. The audience of heaven is watching. God's warning is a divine rhythm, beating in time with your heart. The world may try to drown it out with chaos, but his voice keeps you grounded. You're not meant to lose your step, you're meant to dance through the storm. His warning is your tempo, guiding you to move with grace and strength. You've carried wounds from battles you didn't start. God's warning says those wounds are not your end, they're your beginning. Like Mary Magdalene, transformed by his love, you're being called to carry his healing. His warning is your reminder that your pain has a purpose, and your story will inspire others.